Good day, everyone. Adam Murphy here, and welcome to another Ustream broadcast. Don't you hate errors? Another broadcast live from Itako, Japan. Actually, thank you very much. Today, um, my topic is actually going to be another short one because it's cold and rainy, and I have a cold. Thank you very much. But that's not going to stop me from my duty. English. English. We use English as a communication tool, talking with friends, communicating with people that you know and that you don't know overseas or right here in Japan, having a conversation, or maybe, like me, listening to a lot of conversations. Um, but like all good tools, we can also use them to occasionally have fun. And that is why today I am talking about games in English. Um, I just wanted to kind of give you a kind of a mental picture. Imagine being on a homestay, I don't know, in Oregon, Portland, Oregon. You're in Oregon for the Portland Rose Festival, and you walk into a bar, and as you're sitting enjoying your cold alcoholic beverage, you hear a group of men talking next to you, and they say, Wilma or Betty? Wilma or Betty? And you wonder, what in the world are they talking about? Well, I'm here to tell you that they are playing a kind of an English game. Not so much a word game, but it's a game about preference. It's a game that's asking basically, which do you prefer? What do you like more? Now, in this case specifically, Wilma and Betty are actually cartoon or anime characters from an American cartoon called The Flintstones. Very popular for old people like me, but for you younger folks, well, look it up on the internet. Anyway, Wilma and Betty are the lead female characters of this program. And if you're like me, again in my 30s or something like that, um, I grew up watching them. All right. And, anyone in my little group, we know that Wilma is the tall, thin redhead. And Betty is the somewhat shorter, but very curvaceous brunette. Likes blue. And basically, those guys at the bar, they're talking about, who do you prefer? Who do you like more? Who would you like to have a hot date with? Wilma or Betty? So for myself, as much as I can appreciate Wilma's long-suffering patience for her fathead husband, again, look it up. Um, I'm a Betty fan, and if I was playing that game, all I'd say is Betty, right? And everyone else in the room or at that table would know that I prefer Betty rather than Wilma. All right, so it's a really simple game, an easy game, but one that, again, depending on the circumstances, you still might hear a lot. Here's another example for you. You might hear someone say Coke or Pepsi. No, they're not going to come up to you and say, "Excuse me, which do you prefer, Coke or Pepsi?" Now, everyone knows that the most logical and best answer is Coke, but we don't even have to talk about it, right? When someone says Coke or Pepsi, you just say Coke. Anybody that answers Pepsi, well, you can just throw pretzels at them or something because everyone knows that Pepsi sucks. All right. So we've had two examples so far: Wilma or Betty. Wilma or Betty. Definitely Betty. Coke or Pepsi. Coke. Um, Here's another one for you. Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise? Who do you prefer? Now, we can get into who has the superior acting abilities or who's cuter or whatever, but I'll just say that if I was that way, definitely Mr. Pitt. So, Brad, thank you. Tom just has too many teeth, and if you're watching this, Tom, sorry, don't hold it against me. All right, another classic meeting of preference would be Moore or Connery. And of course, I'm talking about Roger Moore and Sean Connery, our 007s. We've had a few 007s as of late, but I think those two are probably the most famous or infamous, depending on how you think. And most people would definitely agree it's definitely Connery. Sean, there's only one Bond, and it's Sean Connery. Thank you very much. All right. On a local spin, though, we might want to, we might want something that appeals to a more Japanese audience. So again, after I've had my third beer, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna turn to my friend, I don't know, Maki. Hi, Maki. How you doing? Maki says she's doing fine, and I'm gonna say soba or udon. What's that you say? Udon? Definitely soba. Sushi or sashimi? Maki says sashimi. I also have to agree with her. Sashimi would be the best choice here. Did I say sashimi? I meant sushi. Sushi, definitely sushi. Need a little rice with my fish. Makes everything wonderful. All right, and my last example here would be Coco's or Denny's. Have to think about that one. Not definitely Coco's. Although the little problem, again, if you Coco's people are out there watching this, I like Coco's. Coco's has some pretty good food offerings, but I hate going home and smelling like Coco's for like 6 hours after. That bothers me for some reason. So maybe you guys need to work on that ventilation. But if I have to make a choice, talk about a preference, Coco's or Denny's, Coco's. That's it. I'm glad that you had a chance to join me today. Please take care. If you do have a cold, well, gargle, get lots of rest, and drink some honey lemon tea with ginger if you like. And I'll see you next time.